Everyone looked into the jar and saw the body had disappeared. The old guy speculated the AS sent it on an early vacation. He didn't think much, closed the lid, and went downstairs. The smell was dizzying, so the old guy started spraying air freshener frenziedly. Just then, Oi heard a puppy barking. Following it, they found a dog statue had revived. What a bizarre twist. The old man dealt with it with his stick, but the specimen soon knocked again. The old guy felt a chill. He thought the gas agents in the jar must revive the body. Outsiders must never know the secret, otherwise the company could go bankrupt. Upon learning the situation, the boss exploded. "Didn't I tell you not to touch that jar? Look what happened." They had to dispose of the resurrected corpse, so 3 of them released the zombie. Surprisingly, it stayed lively even after its head was blown off. The boss dismembered the zombie, thinking, "This can't be how movies go, right?" He then sent the remains to the crematory to find Old White, and it looked like a scene straight out of a comedy film. Looking at the moving bags, Old White wondered what was inside. It wasn't a zoo. The boss smiled. Curiosity killed the cat. Unfortunately, as he opened the bag, a zombie arm clung to Old White's leg like a sticky kid. Old White was so scared he nearly sat down. After coming, the boss told him the truth, a bowl from the blue. Old White opened the furnace, shoved in the zombie, thinking it was over, but smoke rose, seemingly offering free ambience. At that moment, a fellow grooving was soaked through. They tried to drive away, but found their car directed away. The rain intensified, and soon the corpses in the cemetery began to stir as if in unison. The boss watched the blown-up zombie taking a deep breath, unaware of the greater dangers lurking nearby. Seeing the 2 dying, Old White dialed 911 in a hurry. The ambulance arrived swiftly. The doctors were stunned after examining them. The boss noticed the 2 were swaying like they just got off a roller coaster, clearly signs of poisoning. Their transformation into zombies was in. Meanwhile, Oi's girlfriend arrived at the Specimen Center, found emptiness, picked up his hat at the basement door, thinking he was having a party. Thinking Oi was in the basement, she bravely entered, but found him missing. To her shock, the jar was open. How dramatic. Just as she was about to leave, she suddenly heard a strange noise coming from the corner. Was it the appearance of a superhero? The next second, the terrifying sight scared her into a frantic escape, only to step on a broken board while climbing the stairs and tumble back into the basement. Fate's little trick. Watching the zombie approach, she hid in a small room. It grabbed a chain to pry open the door. As the chain tightened, the steel door twisted. The woman screamed desperately, like a cinema shock. Just then, young lads barged into the specimen room, hearing her cries. They sprinted to the basement, where the steel door was yanked open, but the man leading the pack got bitten. What a tragic hero moment. Witnessing this, the others rushed upstairs, barricading the door with boards, but the rain was coming down harder than they sought shelter. But soon after, something crawled out like a waiting band. The group fled in panic, one girl caught and taken by the zombie like a real zombie battle. 3 fled to the incinerator and told Old White. The boss, learning of more zombies, flew into a rage, realizing the virus was uncontrollable. 2 doctors, getting ready to grab a stretcher from their vehicle, turned in the car lights only to find a bunch of zombies feasting. Looked just like a wild party. Before he could react, a zombie opened the door. He tried to escape, but was grabbed. What an unexpected ending. The others, hearing the commotion, got out only to collide with a zombie and were immediately torn to shreds by the mob, a sight to behold for the Meanwhile, everyone inside was discussing escape plans, but the cars had been tampered with. Their only option was to flee with the ambulance. But stepping out, Old White found the ambulance doors open. Doctors vanish a farce. As he closed the door, he spotted the bitten doctor, giving him such a scare that he immediately pulled the trigger, taking down the zombie. Definitely a heroic deed. Unfortunately, bullets were ineffective against the zombies. The legless one chased him, forcing Old White to rush back to the incinerator, shouting about the zombies. A zombie then used the ambulance and took on to order takeout, stunning everyone inside. What was this? The nerves settled when ambulance sound returned. 2 staff were knocked down by zombies, immediately devastating. Suddenly, Anna was behind, zombies breaking in. People fought back, one grabbed and pulled out. The man, desperate to survive, dragged back the zombie. The boss swung mercilessly, taking out both. A real showdown. Old White swiftly sealed the door, blocking the zombie attack, but losing sight of the bitten man. While struggling to survive, they despaired over how to kill the zombies. They could only tie up half a zombie, feeling like they were filming a dark comedy. Outside, the zombies, relishing their success, called for reinforcements. Neither police nor medics could escape. As if things couldn't get worse, the 2 mutated after inhaling gas, attacking others. A rare family reunion. At the crucial moment, 3 more arrived. The boss, angry, took down the zombie and locked the mutated ones inside. Everyone realized they couldn't wait to die. The boss and Lomo planned to escape, but too many zombies surrounded them at the door, bloody and making them the ideal prey. They had no choice but to return to the Specimen Center, reuniting with the lost ones. Worse, police cars were drawn by the zombies. One zombie even disguised itself as a cop. As soon as the police car stopped, the horde surged in from all sides, and the officers inside were instantly eliminated. The scene was witnessed by a helicopter overhead. The command center immediately reported it, and the people at the Specimen Center realized they were surrounded by. They planned to go to the basement to call for help. Surprisingly, a zombie hid inside, but it was their only choice. As Loma opened the door, a zombie lunged. The boss knocked it out with a stick and entered the basement. Enjoy this video? Subscribe for more amazing content.